Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is literally going to change how you look at every single notification on your phone. We're pulling back the curtain on the terrifyingly simple world of SMS spoofing. We're going to break down an awesome demonstration from the cybersecurity researchers over at Security, and we'll see exactly how bad actors manipulate the communication channels we trust the most. My goal today? To give you a clear, ground-up look at how this attack actually works in the wild.
To really get a feel for the stakes here, let's look at a scenario Security pointed out from the show Mr. Robot. You probably know the scene, right? The main character, Elliot, is about to get busted by a facility manager. To create a quick diversion, his hacker friends just shoot the manager a text message that looks exactly like it came from her husband, saying he's in the hospital. She panics, she leaves her post, and boom, Elliot escapes. It's a brilliant TV moment, but here's the crazy part we're looking at in this explainer. That is not just Hollywood magic. The tech to do this is incredibly accessible, and it works exactly like that in the real world.
Okay, let's dive into this. So what exactly is SMS spoofing? Basically, it's the act of changing the sender ID of a text message so it looks like it's coming from a specific person, brand, or service provider. When you get a text, your phone just looks at that sender ID to tell you who it's from. But, well, that ID can be completely fabricated. The bad actor just types in the name they want you to see, could be your bank, your boss, or even your spouse. Your phone totally trusts that incoming data and displays exactly what the hacker typed in. Wild, right?
Moving right into phase one, the power of SMS spoofing.
Now, you might be thinking this is mostly just used for pranks, but a spoofed message is rarely just a joke. It's actually a vehicle to sneak a malicious payload right past your mental defenses. Once a hacker successfully impersonates someone you trust, they're usually aiming for one of three traps, according to Security. First, they might try to trick you into downloading an app, which is actually an Android backdoor, giving them total control of your device. Yikes. Second, they might send a link that, the second you click it, hooks your browser to an exploitation framework called Beef, which completely compromises your web session. Or third, they might send you to a fake login form that's a perfect replica of the real thing, designed entirely to steal your passwords and security questions. So the spoof text, that's just the bait. These payloads are the actual trap.
Next up is phase two, finding the right gateway.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth do hackers send these fake texts? They aren't out there building their own cell towers, right? Well, they actually just abuse existing commercial SMS gateways that were originally built for marketing companies. Now, major platforms like Twilio fight back against this with super strict ID verification. They demand sensitive government documents to prove you are who you say you are. But hackers, they always take the path of least resistance. The researchers highlight this platform called Octopush. It's a highly accessible pay-as-you-go platform that functions just like any standard consumer website with barely any upfront verification at all.
And get this, the financial barrier to entry, it is stunningly low. To launch a campaign on this platform and start sending out spoofed messages, the minimum custom top-up you need is a measly 30 euros. Literally, for just 30 euros, a bad actor gets their hands on enterprise-grade marketing tools. They can manipulate that sender ID and blast their malicious payloads out to targets anywhere in the world.
Which brings us to phase three, orchestrating the attack. Once the hacker has funded that gateway account, the step-by-step process to actually launch the attack really doesn't require any sort of deep technical wizardry. Honestly, it looks exactly like setting up a digital ad. Step 1. The attacker just registers a basic account on the gateway with an email and password. Step 2, they add their 30 euros in credit and just wait a few hours for it to clear. Step 3 is where the action happens. They literally just click a button that says New Campaign and select SMS. And finally, in Step 4, they land on this highly intuitive dashboard. They type in their target's phone number, draft up the malicious message, and here's the ticker. They just type whatever name they want into the sender ID field, hit confirm, and the message is launched. It is chillingly simple and totally consumerized. So the crucial point here is that just having the technical tool is really only half the battle. As Security points out, the real success of SMS spoofing comes down to the golden rule of social engineering. The tone of the message absolutely must match the persona of the spoofed sender. Think about it. If a hacker fakes a message from your best friend but uses stiff corporate language, your brain is instantly going to flag it as suspicious. The attacker literally has to adopt the voice, the cadence, and the expected behavior of the identity they've stolen. And that leads us right into phase 4, executing a believable spoof. When this attack moves from the dashboard to the palm of your hand, the illusion becomes incredibly hard to spot. The researchers outline two very different examples of this tone matching. On the left, we've got a spoof simulating a friend named Adrian. The text is super casual, hey, check out this new game that I made, followed by a link. Now, because Adrian is a programmer in real life, this casual tone perfectly matches what you'd expect from him, making the target super likely to download what is, in reality, an Android backdoor. But on the right, the attacker is spoofing Gmail. Here, the tone completely shifts. It's formal, urgent, corporate language warning the user that their account is locked and they need to click immediately to restore it. Two completely different tones, crafted for two entirely different malicious links. And this brilliantly illustrates why these attacks are just so devastatingly effective. When you get a spoofed text from a sender you already have a history with, like your buddy Adrian or your bank, that new malicious text doesn't just show up in some weird separate window. Your phone groups messages by the sender ID, so this means the hacker's fake text slides perfectly into your pre-existing, completely legitimate text thread. You look at your phone, you see weeks of real conversations you actually had with Adrian, and right at the very bottom, perfectly formatted, is the hacker's malicious link. Visually, it is entirely indistinguishable from reality. And to make things even trickier, attackers are constantly refining how they hide their traps. Say a hacker spoofs an urgent alert from Gmail. A savvy user might actually check the URL to see if it looks sketchy, right? Well, to bypass that suspicion completely, hackers will often use a legitimate encrypted Google Forms link. Because the link points to a real Google domain, it looks perfectly safe. But the form itself was created by the hacker, designed specifically to harvest your security questions. You think you're verifying your identity with Google, but you're actually just handing the keys to your digital life straight over to a bad actor. So, we've seen the incredibly low barrier to entry, the total manipulation of commercial gateways, and the frankly terrifying psychological precision of social engineering, which leaves us with a really critical question to close out this explainer. With the endless, easily accessible possibilities of SMS spoofing, how can you ever truly trust the next text in your inbox? It's a pretty stark reminder that in our connected world, verifying the source of a digital request isn't just a good practice anymore. It is absolutely crucial. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. Stay sharp out there, and I'll see you in the next explainer.